the human body itself just fascinates me. It's just been something that, like I said, from a very small age, it's just something that I've always liked, and it's just piqued my interest in learning about the human body and the development and all that. Well, I've looked up kind of what PCT was. I like to venture on like Floyd's website a lot to see what kind of job openings they have, and just for kind of future references and stuff. And they needed PCT and phlebotomy, so I was like, I wonder what that is. I know what phlebotomy is, I don't know what PCT is. So I looked it up, and then I was like, that sounds actually kind of interesting, and I could use that maybe to stair step onto something further. So I was already pretty much set before I even took the tour. That's something that I wanted to do, just to kind of further that educational background. I'm hoping to work the floor at a hospital or a doctor's office, either or. You can work specifically in phlebotomy or EKG, or you can kind of do more PCT work. And like they might have you do a little bit of phlebotomy or a little bit of EKG, but you're mostly just going to be doing patient care. PCT and CNA work varies like greatly. Like it's on a whole different spectrum. And in the medical field, and this is what a lot of people for real need to know, even nurses need to do stuff that CNAs need to do. But you can't just think of it as I'm higher up on a totem pole, so I don't need to do that work. People need to educate themselves on the healthcare in general and how the roles play in, because everything intertwines with each other. So with PCT, you're going to be doing CNA work, yeah, but so should nurses and other people in that field. As a CNA right now, you pretty much, you care for people, yeah, but you're basically doing like you're cleaning them, making sure that they're clean, making sure that they're fed, making sure like their hair is brushed. You're pretty much maintaining like appearance and making sure that, you know, they're good throughout the day. And then especially with long-term care, your nurse will be doing a lot of stuff like wound care and administering like different shots or stuff like that. But in the role of a PCT, like, yeah, you'll still be helping people get dressed, and you might be cleaning them up, and they might need help being fed, and it depends on your facility, but if you're at a facility that allows your PCT to administer shots, you're going to be administering shots, you're going to be doing wound care, you're going to be doing cath inserts, you can DC catheters, you won't be able to start a line for an IV, but you'll DC that line. It's just a whole much, like, there's more stacked up on that. It's not just cleaning people and all that. You've got a whole lot more responsibility on your shoulder, and it's just going to be a whole lot more fun. I learned doing hands-on learning. I can't just sit and look at a book, get distracted, and I need hands-on learning. Medical, that's how a lot of people need to learn. Liz is great. She's really encouraging. She's patient, and if you're not getting something, she's going to take the time off or offer. You know, it's up to you to take it. She's gonna offer that time. Like, she's just great. She's a big part in that whole support area. I've met my husband, and I have our family, more so like my mom and my stepdad, my grandma, and all that. But his family's still supportive. And then you learn to lean on your classmates too. They become a major support. Classmates, the teacher, my family, they've all just been wonderful and supporting. Personally, it's going to get me into an area where I can have more choices for my future. Work-wise, is going to give me an area where I can be, like, I can have more access to further education in my future. It also gets you into an area where you can make better money, which is always a plus. And I don't know, like, for a lot of people, like, for me, I'm thinking about it, but it kind of steers you onto a nursing course. It makes you think about it, because a lot of the stuff you're doing, nurses do too, and you're kind of getting, like, a basic. So it makes you think, like, should I go to nursing school? So it kind of steers you onto that little area too. So, like, future-wise, it makes you think about the future, and, like, maybe I should further my education. I mean, it all trickles down, and if you're running with a good team, it's all going to trickle down anyway. I think people need to really open up their mindset and figure out what it takes to actually run a good medical team, because every person plays a role, and nobody's better than the next as far as taking care of your patient. As a PCT, you actually do shots and you do catheters and you do wound care. Like, this is not like a CNA role, because as a CNA, you do none of that. You do nothing like that at all, period. As a PCT, your scope of practice, it flourishes, like it just opens up. As a PCT, like, you're not limited to just doing aid work. Aid work is pretty much at the bottom of the totem pole. If there's a totem pole, it goes nurse, PCT, QMA, aid. And like as a PCT, you're kind of like everything combined.